Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to do a short video of kind of a really big topic, so this might be a series for future videos. In the previous couple of videos, I'm also doing kind of like an expose of how everything works and why everything the way it is. And we're talking about things that you don't see on TV or social media. And a lot of these secrets can be recovered deep within meditation. So I encourage everybody in that route. Today we're going to be talking about double negatives, homophones, reverse grams, anagrams, and homophonic anadromes. So there's a reason why we've never heard of any of these, and it's embedded in our language. So in the previous videos we talked about how they use economics, how they use history, how they use identity and stuff like that to create the world around us. And another way that they do that by affecting our subconscious self-esteem is by using these double negatives, homophones, reverse grams, anagrams, and homophonic anadromes. So today we're just going to go through really quick examples of all of these, because it's essentially a form of hypnosis, and it's hypnotizing our subconscious, which is the seat of our self-esteem. And if, like, a lot of the times they talk about, like, in hypnosis they use a lot of repetition, like you're getting sleepier, you're getting sleepier, you're getting sleepier, right? So repetition has a profound impact on our psyche, on our long-term emotional being aspect of ourselves. And so that's why we want, in a previous video a long time ago, I talked about being very intentional with our language, being able to identify what I put up on the board today, and being able to enhance our vocabulary to transcend these magical spells that I'm sharing, very secret, with everyone today. So we're going to start out with double negatives. So a lot of the times, everybody always says, when you talk to children, you say, "Don't touch the stove," or "Don't jump on the bed." And it actually makes them do the thing that you just told them not to do. And it's because they don't perceive the jump, the don't, in their conscious mind. And their subconscious just hears jumping on the bed. So similarly, when someone asks, "Oh, how's the weather?" and we say, "Not bad." But the intentional communication, the energy that we're transmitting, is actually that the weather is good. And this is the origin of a lot of negative self-talk. That's the kind of the popular phrasing that you find in the psychology magazines of today. And so these double negatives have a really profound impact on our long-term psychology. And so we can think of another one. Just write it in the comments down below. So we want to be more intentional, right, with our language. Instead of saying "not bad," which is a double negative, we actually say what we mean, which is the weather is good. This is a really big one. That's why I put it first. Okay, so homophones. Homophones are like words that sound like other words. So here's another one. Not sounds like not, right? So every time we say N-O-T, our brain, because of how our subconscious works, says K-N-O-T and N-O-T at the same time. So it literally puts knots in our brain, like quite literally. And so here's another one, homophone. So this is a big one. No and no. Okay. So every time we say, "I know that, I know him, I know her," we're saying, "I know her," or "I know him." So instead of saying no, we want to say synonyms. And grams. Okay, reverse grams. It's like a word that has you spell it one way, but then the opposite way, like from front to back, it's one word, and from back to front, it's a different word. And so the one that I always teach in my yoga classes is love or live, right? So the reverse gram of live would be evil. And the reason why is because the people who created this language, the people who I'm exposing on a daily basis, they literally think living is evil. Similarly, love. Now we're going to jump ahead here. We're going to talk about homophonic anadromes. So love, the reverse gram homophonic anadrome is, right, the reverse gram would be evil, but then the homophonic anadrome would be evil. You see, so it's the same as. And the whole point of this type of spell casting, I guess you could call it, or the science of the mind, you could call it, or the subconscious, is that the Ouroboros kind of comes into play, Ouroboros, something like that. And because this is being used, it's the evil is inevitably tied with love. So the person's desire originally, who manufactured this dynamic in our language, English, because their desire was to entangle these terms, that means they're forever entangling it in themselves. So they're trying to foster evil, but they're actually fostering love because of the nature of desires, which I go over in my yoga classes. And that's why the Ouroboros kind of becomes very important with the physics of how the fractal of the universe kind of reverberates back to us, our desires, which is what we go over a lot in these ancient traditions, because they teach us how to emancipate ourselves from desires. And in so doing, we get freed from this type of entanglement of these types of labels. And again, this is encoded in our language by not very nice people. And that's why I'm exposing it all, so that we can increase our vocabulary. And so let's move on here. Anagrams. So Santa or Satan. And if you guys think of any ones, please put them down in the comments so we can help the others. There's a lot of these anagrams. I just saw them. From the great Jason Christoff, I believe that's his name is. So yeah, there's quite a lot of these anagrams and reverse grams. So the trick is to just take your time, identify, come to terms with the definitions, be able to identify these little tricks in the language, reverse them by increasing your vocabulary and using synonyms and the thesaurus. Everybody should have a thesaurus and a pre-1980s dictionary. So yeah, I hope everybody likes this video. Good to see you all, my friends, and have a good day.